This series called The Jobs I Didn't Get was inspired by the lyrics in a song I encountered this summer 2021 that deeply impacted me as I leaned into this journey of living in my purpose. If you recall from part one, the definition of success for stakeholder management, also known as stakeholder engagement, captured a lot of expectations for PMs, especially when we start new jobs or take on new or existing projects. Building up teams that can perform under unideal circumstances was one of them, and it is absolutely critical for project success. You'll see what I mean as you trek through the retroanalyses. Yes, you heard that right. Retroanalyses for part two, the UnIDEAL Project States. This is a mega segment, a sample mega segment for next season. There are different levels of retrospective analyses, insights, lessons learned, and action-oriented ideas provided in videos, to-go audio, and demos surrounding these real-world stories. In other words, there's plenty of entertaining content here to enrich your downtime while serving wisdom and practical takeaways. From the very beginning of this mega segment, you are introduced to 6 unideal levels. It's just a matter of time for these circumstances to take a hold of projects where they cannot go farther, kind of like a spider's web. There are 2 retrospective scenarios representing separate projects. You will become quite familiar with the first one in this part 2 of the series. Five, project attributes visually characterize both of these projects and will prime you for what's to come. Although they're very different, you'll be surprised at what they have in common. The team and other select stakeholders are vital characters in the distributed story that you'll find in all modes of MIS Green content. I mean, seriously, there would be no projects, stories, without their roles, responsibilities, and uniqueness on the journeys we take together with every project endeavor. Here are some steps to effectively navigate. First, start with watching the video to get the framework for unideal project states and the 2 retrospective scenarios. Also make sure to take a bit of time to enjoy the other video with a captivating lineup of musical genres from start to end. Second, listen to the to-go audio stories for retrospective number 1. I want you to close your eyes for 2 stories. I'm going to tell you about 2 project scenarios for which I'm going to provide a retrospective analysis later. You're in for a treat. Started as an ordinary proposal for consideration by the project portfolio management team. We will call them the investors. Yes, I mean a promising upward career track. They sound like a winner. The knowledge assets from the previous completed projects, or is that just one project?
approved by the investors in the same fiscal year's portfolio. But I'll tell you about that as project scenario number 2. So let's get back to number 1, shall we?
Now you're ready to get into the member subscription sample content. Woo! Let's go! This Quick Points retroanalysis has a familiar retrospective assessment with the good, bad, and worse. Just use the slider while you're reviewing it. Oh, wait a minute. Take some time to review these lists of great areas, opportunities, and approaches to find clues about unideal project circumstances. Feel free to go over these with your teams to spark ideas for your projects. Utilize the 6 semi-quantifiable unideal levels as you identify risks and issues impacting your project's main effects attributes. You know, scope, schedule, people, you get it. The unideal circumstances that comes with unideal project states has an impact on the team that may start subtle or not. The brief summaries retroanalyses for heavy drizzle focuses on the team impact to help you recognize it. How tempting it is to downplay these signs and symptoms until we can't anymore. So, when you get to the extra shot deep dive retroanalyses, we move into the culmination of quick points and brief summaries with insights and ideas we can put to use. There is more of a story for retrospective scenario number 1 in more to go audio content after you've had a brief written introduction to the first stakeholder segments linked to project portfolio management and the main team members in the story. The deep dive analysis tracks from strategy to tactical for acknowledging and tackling numerous unideal project states. Make sure you visit these deep dive tabs in their respective order so you benefit from every bit of content experience. Even more retrospective scenario number 1 story elements embedded as you choose. You choose each decision. And the best part is that in here, it's no big deal if you want to change your mind a few times. Okay, we are now at the point that you can sit back, relax, enjoy the space and ambiance, and follow the content wherever it takes you. Come back to the website 24/7 as much as you like. from any desktop or laptop device. Enjoy your experience in this space and make sure to join the MIS Green mailing list or register for a membership subscription. And for sure, complete at least one survey in entirety to be eligible for receiving a gift of appreciation from MIS Green.